With the release of the BAPE report by Quebec, another milestone has been reached in the wind energy project in St. Cyprien de Napierville, and that's being proposed by Kahnawake Sustainable Energies. KTV spoke to local environmentalist and KSC spokesperson Lynn Jacobs for her perspective on the report and what it means for the project.
In 2009, Hydro-Quebec launched a call for tenders for communities and Aboriginal people to develop wind energy projects, and the energy would be sold back to Hydro-Quebec. Kahnawake Environment Protection Office and Zakta had been working together and looking at different options for the development of a wind energy project for many years prior to that. And so under Zakta, Kahnawake Sustainable Energies was formed and submitted a bid under this call for tenders and was approved. In fact, we were the only First Nation project that was approved. There are many, many steps to undergo for the development of a wind energy project. First, we have to do an environmental impact assessment study to look at all the different impacts the project could have on the region and how we can work to minimize those impacts. That's submitted to the government, they review it, they decide if it meets their requirements. And then that initiates the BAPE process once everything meets their requirements. The BAPE is Quebec's Environmental Commission for Public Hearings. The hearings for the project took place in March, in the information session in March, and then there were hearings in May and June. That process pulls together all the public opinions about the project, positive and negative, and makes recommendations to the minister and the Council of Ministers. That report was just recently released and made public, and that's one of the many steps that the project has to undergo. In addition to the BAPE report, the ministries, the relevant ministries also make recommendations. They analyze the project and then they make recommendations to the ministers. So there are many different steps that must take place. If the project is approved, it will be located in the neighboring community of St. Cyprien de Napierville on agricultural land, and the landowners, the farmers where the project will be located have been very good partners since the beginning, and they're very much in support of the project. It will provide them revenue over the course of 20 years that will help them to make improvements to their farm and improve their agriculture production on their farms. Kahnawake Sustainable Energies has been working very hard since the very beginning to consult with the citizens, and our efforts have had mixed success. Some efforts have worked well and others not so well, and we know that we have to make improvements to our communication with the host region. We've had a committee that was formed earlier in the year, and this committee is composed of different people within the region. So there are citizens, there are members of the municipal council, a member of the Mohawk Council, from the Environment Protection Office, environmental groups of the region, participating landowners. So looking at a multidisciplinary committee that can address some of the different issues that come up, the different concerns, and to help inform us, the promoter, and both ways, have an information stream that goes both ways. So there's that committee. In addition to the committee, we're going to be looking at developing regular information bulletins. So bulletins that will go out kind of like a newsletter on a regular basis to discuss different aspects and challenges of the project and how Kahnawake Sustainable Energies is working to make improvements to those various aspects. So there are many different steps. In addition, we have a local office that is open there in St. Cyprien de Napierville, and so people are welcome to come and ask questions and have discussions with us about the project. Well, the BAPE report actually concluded that the project would have very minimal impacts on the environment and of the region, except around visual impacts in the immediate vicinity of the project site. Well, in addition to the jobs that will be created during the construction and the operation, which could be shared between our community and the region, there are many financial benefits, the revenue that will come in for the project. So for the participating landowners that are going to have either turbines on their land or other infrastructure, the shared amount per year is estimated at about $200,000 for all of those participating landowners. The amount that has been offered to the municipality, which is still under discussion, is in the area of $100,000 per year, and that is above and beyond some of the norms for what is offered as a voluntary contribution for other wind energy projects. And for Kahnawake, the benefits are huge. The estimated revenue for the project over the course of the 20 years is $60 million, which the goal is to share that between the Dewatuni Zakta and the Mohawk Council to fund a lot of the programs and services and infrastructure that is already taking place, but also to fund a lot of the unmet needs in our community around language and culture and youth, and thus improving the sports complex, improving waste management, education. So there are a lot of plans around how those funds can be used, and of course, the community is always welcome to provide feedback on those funds as well. So Kahnawake Sustainable Energies has been working very, very hard to produce a good project that's going to have benefits not only for the host region and the participating landowners, but also for our own community far into the future.